Hello, welcome to episode 18 of the podcast. Today we have the usual peoples. First up, Jim,
Hello.
then Dean,
Hello.
myself, I, Green Rex Jeffrey,
Hello, everyone.
and Paul, the Whales of Sierra.
Yo, how you doing?
Today is a special day. We are talking about the difference between two words. The two words will be today are pretty and cute. I think.
All right.
No.
That's not bad.
Wow.
That was
Yeah.
very
those
sexual
two
intro
are-
right there, Kenny.
Yeah, don't-
Thank
we,
you.
We need like some sexual music, you know, maybe like some careless whisper.
That was like some
Mhm.
ASMR.
Like,
Throw some rose petals.
Yeah.
For a Neanderthal like me, what is the definition between pretty and cute? Can someone explain?
Well, why are we talking about this anyway?
It's pretty much Paul, me, and Jeffrey were at a place, and we were talking about,
TFTI.
you know, we were talking about which one is the better compliment or the stronger compliment, and I said that pretty was the stronger compliment you can give to a girl, and then Paul said cute. So, yeah, that's that kind of led us to thinking that maybe we could talk about this for our podcast, and here we are.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I was about to interject, and now that I think about I think that's what I said. Yeah, but I think it depends on like context or like how you say it and who says it. But essentially, you're right. That's pretty much what I said.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys want to go over definitions? You guys want to give our own takes, or how do you guys want to do this?
You know, I don't know the true definition, but I can give my take on it, of course.
Yeah,
Go
I have
for
no
it.
definition, so you guys give me the definitions.
Mm-hmm.
You have no definition.
I have no
Come
definition
on,
either.
Dean.
I'm just a big dum dum.
You're not a big dum-dum.
That's me. That's my role.
You know what the word cute and pretty means. Come on. I'm pretty sure you've used it before. You use it on Paul. You know how it goes.
Usually on
He's not
Paul.
you.
Yeah, I use pretty on Paul. Pretty
I am.
ugly, got him.
I am kind of pretty though.
Yeah, pretty ugly again, got him.
Oh, burn him. Torch. And fork.
Fork.
Fork, damn.
Yeah, torch and fork.
You guys
Back in
I
the
don't
wanna
day.
like.
each
I
other?
don't like this. Where is this going?
I have no clue.
Jeffrey's wild side's coming out.
I know.
Wow, outside.
Jeffrey,
Yeah.
is it because it's no nut November you're acting
All
like
right.
this?
So
November.
we're actually changing the topic. We're gonna go. This is Jeffrey's intervention podcast. Welcome.
It was all a ruse. It was a trap.
Hold on. I have my letter. Let me.
Oh. Bring out a letter.
Ooh, what letter is this?
We can even hear the paper too.
That's how you know it's official.
Dear Jeffrey, you've gone too far, mate. I'm just kidding.
Nah, that's
Jeffrey,
cool.
Jeffrey,
I
stop!
agree.
You're horny. Stop.
Get the bunk.
Oh yeah, let me get to the next page.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you need to get bunked to horny jail, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey being horny on Maine.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I can't help it when it's called the force of nature.
What?
So,
Oh God, is that what you call your penis? What the fuck?
Oh no.
Thon?
This is not the
Yeah.
direction I thought we were gonna go.
I know, right? Hey, you guys started this. All I said was the word torque.
I started nothing. You're the one that brought
Yeah.
up fork.
We were just
Yeah,
talking about
fork.
cute and pretty, and you're like, yeah, fork, yeah,
Fork
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fork
fork
is used to rebel and cause mayhem. I don't know what definition you guys brought up for fork.
What?
We're not defining fork. What? Okay, fine, I'll give it.
Pretty.
A fork is a utensil where there are holes between each little ridge as you use it to stab into food and scoop into your mouth.
I think you mean gaps.
Yeah,
Yes.
No, he's right. It's holes.
Holes.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know what forks you're eating.
yeah.
Anyway, back to the cute pretty thing, because we're going to give Jeffrey a real intervention after this podcast.
Sure. Sure.
So yeah, so cute and pretty. What do you guys think? I think I want to hear what everyone thinks first, but I think, to reiterate what I said before, that pretty is a stronger compliment to give a girl, and I think cute is, while compliment is not as powerful as pretty.
Well,
All right.
for me, I agree with Jim. Like back then when I was a kid, like I'd hear like my uncles and stuff when they talk about whenever we go walking. Sometimes I overhear, oh, she's pretty, but then whenever they talk to like the younger ones, like, oh, you're cute. So I always associated like pretty with the older
Mm,
people,
okay.
and then cute with the younger people, or something like that.
No, I can see
Like
that.
Yeah, I
like
can see that. I can see that.
like
Yeah.
when I'm playing with my niece, I'm like, oh, you're so cute, but I don't see pretty because I associate the younger. If they're younger than me, I use the word cute, but if they're older, I use pretty. That's how it is for me, anyway.
Yeah, go ahead, Paul.
Oh no, I was about to like jump in and say like, that harsh for me. That's like half true to me, because whenever I think of the word pretty, I also usually associate that with like when you're a little kid and you think that a girl that you like a girl, or she like, how do I use the definition without using the actual definitions we're using, like cute or pretty? I don't know. I just feel like whenever you hear someone say like, "Oh, she's pretty," the only people you ever hear saying that are like little kids who don't have that wide range of vocabulary. They don't have that many words in their lexicon, so to speak. So whenever I hear people say like, "Oh, she's pretty," it's usually like a little kid that's saying that. However, when as I got older, whenever you're hanging out with other people and you're like checking out girls, normally you would say like, "Oh, she's cute." It doesn't have to be like older or younger. It's just like, "Oh,
Well, in this day and age now, I hear people say, "Oh, she's hot." She's not that hot. I don't really.
really?"
In this day
I
and
feel
age.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't really hear in this day and age. I don't really.
I think it just
Yeah.
depends on the girl.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know.
I think-
I haven't heard people say hot since like the 2000s. Personally,
Right.
Yeah.
Hot is more associated with older people. Like I have friends that are a lot older.
I've always considered hot to be like a more sexual thing than it is like just
yeah,
pure physical attractiveness.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, when it comes to hot, like the word hot, I think more older people use it, Jim. So like, well, us young people, we don't really like use that word anymore. I think young people usually tend to use more other, what's that word? Trendy words, I guess.
Are you saying it's a millennial thing?
Yeah, I guess it's
Bad.
another thing.
She bad though.
Oh, that
Yeah,
too.
dude, there you
I
go.
hear she bad.
Versus, look at the word bad versus at the word hot or pretty. Like, it's a major shift. Yeah.
What do
Yeah,
you think, Dean?
I agree with Jim. I think pretty is the stronger of the two. Let's see. I think cute is like, okay, like she's cute, right? But you're saying she's cute because she's not as pretty. I feel like I'm going to jail for this shit.
Women never are like, yeah, fuck Dean.
Fuck this
Fuck that
guy.
guy.
But yeah, that's my way of thinking.
I feel like cute is more intimate. Like pretty is like more formal or
Yeah.
casual. I mean,
Yeah.
cute is casual too, but cute is like more of an intimate word in my opinion, because you're kind of like you're getting a little like too close. So
I
If you
think
could-
I think for me, if it comes like to like in how strong or the intensity scale of the word is, I definitely put pretty at the bottom as like the most common thing to say, whereas cute I would put like above that.
Wow.
Well, here's my case for why pretty is stronger. So if you go up to a girl and you do the whole sultry voice, and you're like, "Hey, girl, you're really pretty," versus, "Hey, girl, you're really cute."
Well,
I think the pretty thing would make her like feel more complimented than cute.
I hard disagree on that. I
I
can't.
don't know, Paul. I don't know. You were
I don't
squealing
know.
right there.
No, that
You
was
squealed a little bit.
that was like a
Paul,
that was a
turn
laugh
right
right there.
Paul's
That
fucking
was a laugh
blushing,
right
dog.
there. No, that was a fucking laugh, dude. Because I can't. If you tell me that you walked up to a girl and was like, "I think you're pretty," I can't take that seriously.
Mm-hmm.
The only
I don't know,
people,
man. You
the only people who I hear saying that are little kids or like awkward middle schoolers.
I feel
That's the only people I say use that word.
well, in general now, I haven't heard anyone like use those two words in a while, so I'm not entirely too sure.
Like,
I don't know. I
which
always
two
see
words?
cute being like, hey, like you're attractive and I want to protect you or I want to, hold you. But then
Very
pretty is more
intimate.
just like a more general comment on her overall attractiveness. So I feel like that will have more impact when it comes to like making her feel better about herself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can agree with it. Actually, I like that.
Mm.
Yeah. Nonetheless, did you know? Apparently, I think at least in our state, you can compliment a girl. I think once only. I think you can use the word like
This is a
hot.
law.
Yeah, it's a law.
What?
Really?
So you can
What
you can
the
say you
I
can
never knew
say.
that. The fuck?
Well, I'm not finished. If you allow me. So
Damn.
if you compliment a person saying, even if it's a guy too, it doesn't matter. If you compliment the person, the person is pretty or the word hot or cute.
Mhm.
I think you can say it once and it won't be considered sexual harassment. But if you say it the second time after you said it the first time, it could be considered as a sexual harassment by law.
Really?
Yeah.
I never.
I
knew.
don't know. Finish
I
that.
don't know about that.
Doesn't make it sound any less
Um,
absurd.
You could
Mhm.
look it up. I'm not. That's what I was
so
told.
if you go up to a girl, you're like, hey, you're really pretty, and she's like, oh, thanks, but I'm not attracted to you. And you're like, oh, you're really pretty, and that's when she's like, okay,
That's
all
sexual
right, you're going
harassment.
to that's sexual harassment.
You're
You're
going to
going
horny
to jail,
jail.
buddy.
It's about to get reported.
You should have used a different second compliment.
Yeah, I believe it's at least it's some form of harassment. I believe by the law.
Is
Yeah,
this like,
Can you
is
imagine?
this like is this California state law?
yeah, it's a California state law.
That's
Can you-
stupid.
Yeah, can you imagine? You're just like, hey, you're really pretty. Can you say that again? You're really pretty. Aha! Sexual harassment. We got you now. Hello, FBI. We got him. He said it twice.
You'll be
Yeah,
heard
no,
from my
I think
lawyers.
no. From that scene, it's different, Dean. Like if the person is asking for, hey, can you say it again? It's different. But if the person understood it, let's just say you told a person, hey, coming from you, Dean, hey, I think you're really pretty or cute, right? And the person could say, oh, thank you, and then if you decide to press on again, saying, no, I think you're pretty or cute, like that could be a tally mark.
Okay, you know what this means, guys? I think we need to carry a thesaurus around. So whenever we compliment a girl, we're like, okay, can't use that word anymore. You're
I
really
don't,
beautiful.
I don't think the issue is
You're
using like the
sexy.
same
You're
word.
gorgeous.
You're gorgeous. Damn. What's
Change
the
every
other
word
word
you
for
can. Change
gorgeous?
every
Damn,
word
I
you
said it twice. No.
I don't think that's the issue. I just think like just the intent, I guess, is
It's in the context of the.
yeah.
Jedediah says, how'd you find out about that law?
So we had to basically retake I guess a training class on like sexual harassment. You know how they do it in school, and so that's where actually I learned it from. So
What,
they had
less?
to.
I think I would have to look at the details of that law because all these laws that sound ridiculous usually are more specific when you go to the details. Whereas if you just look at like, hey, this is the headline, and you're like, oh, okay, that's what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, Jedediah, if you actually see that, you find out that it's actually not a law, I'd like to know about that because what I was learned or told was wrong.
I can't believe that's a law.
Wait.
Maybe
You were
I'm
told
going-
you weren't read.
What?
Wait, you didn't read this? You were like just told this? Like word of
Yeah,
mouth?
through a training course that I have to. Yeah, every student has to retake for the sexual harassment training.
Oh, those.
Yeah, what's the Title 9? Something along the line.
I don't pay attention to the titles and numbers.
Ooh, oh, never mind. You say you don't pay attention to the law.
There's like a lot of laws that I don't know.
There's a lot of laws I don't follow. Like when I
Yeah,
was 17, I went on Pornhub and they're like, "Hey, you 18 or above?" I said yes.
You know that tag on your mattress that says like "Don't rip this out"? Ripped it.
Oh shit, bro! Oh
I did
shit!
the same thing, Paul.
Like why? What's the point? This is dumb.
When I
Hey, you
was
gotta-
in elementary, I went to Club Penguin without my parents' permission.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Club
Got a
Penguin.
wild
What's that?
guy here.
What?
Yeah.
What's Club Penguin?
It's like Neopets, but penguins.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay.
It's shut down because of global warming, so we don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
You guys are just trolling.
That's,
But hey, so I know Paul. Already. I know. I got a question for all you guys. Paul, I already know what you might say. But if you were to compliment a girl, what preferred word do you guys like to use? Pretty, beautiful, cute. What would you say?
I'd use cute.
Yeah, I knew it. That's the thing that
I would use cute if I don't want to tell her that I'm really into her. Just be like, hey, you cute. But if I tell her like, hey girl, you're really pretty, she might be like, oh, you're coming up pretty strong with the pretty there, but you said cute, you've been okay, you know, like.
The reason why I would use cute because, as I said before, I think using the word pretty is kind of juvenile. It's again, the only people I hear saying that are like little kids or middle schoolers. And if you can say like, I think you're beautiful, and that's definitely coming on too strong. So the only option I have is, or like even if he's like, I think you're gorgeous. But then the only time I see that working, like if you're at like a dinner party,
Jedediah.
that's the only place I can see it working. But
Okay,
that's why I just default to like cute.
The reason I think pretty is more effective because it's not quite the same, but if you flip it on a guy and then a girl walks up to you and she calls you cute versus if she were to call you like the male equivalent of pretty, which is probably good looking or something. If she says that you're
Well,
good
you mean like
looking, you'll probably feel better about the good looking thing than the cute thing.
Not really. I think good looking is like something that your grandma would tell you,
or
or your mom.
if you're
Good-
like me,
good-
if they say
good
that to
looking
you,
is
you'll
just
accept
like-
any compliment you get.
The only
Yeah, I mean, of
other,
course.
the only other time I'd see like good work.
But she was like, "You're not ugly." I'd be like, "I'll take it."
I'll take
if say you were like in Boston or something, I'm like, hey, good looking, something like that. That's the only place I like. Okay, this.
All right,
they're
I think
probably
you're
coming
inventing your old scenarios here, Paul.
that's just how I perceive it. Because like good looking, if a girl would walk up to me and say like I was good looking, I wouldn't think anything of it. I'd just like, oh cool, thanks, and just continue on with my day.
Uh-huh.
I think that's you because you're spoiled from watermelon.
Yeah.
And then after that compliment, Paul, you get home, you're gonna tell us, like, oh, there's this girl who's trying to get my number. Play it out. Say a whole different story.
No, not really.
just kidding.
If a girl would say like she thought I was cute, then I would like brag about it. But if she said I was good looking, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's.
I mean, I would brag no matter what. All right, but with cute, I would not take it as like, oh, she finds me physically attractive. Whereas if she said I was good looking, like, oh, okay, she finds me, some level of physically attractive. So I would feel better about that. If she just said I was cute, I'd be like, oh, okay, thanks. That means I'm like somewhat attractive to you.
I guess. I just feel like the words like pretty and good looking are like pretty old fashioned terms.
Wow,
In
such
my
a
eyes.
Gen Z answer. No wonder he's a Gen Z.
Yeah.
I'm Gen Z and I'm older than all of you.
I know.
Quiet boomer. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he's a Gen Z and a boomer.
No,
at the
you
same
guys
time.
are the boomers in this case.
Yeah.
Nah. But anyways, if you guys think cute or pretty is the stronger compliment, let us know in the comments on here or YouTube. So
Yeah, let us know, please. Jedediah,
let us
what do
know.
you think?
Well, we
If
want to know what you
you're-
guys think.
You're still in that chat.
Oh,
What would you use?
It's
You guys
calling
know-
out one person.
You guys know if like catcalling is still a thing? Do people still do that?
I
I'm
think-
sure
I
they
think-
do.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
I'm
they
sure
still
people
do.
Not in
That
the
is
West
definitely-
Coast. East Coast.
No, they definitely do it in the West Coast though. But
Are you
it's-
basing it off of, like the New York City fucking shows where a girl walks across the
Well,
sidewalk
like,
and
like-
the construction workers are like,
Hey, yo, ma!
I was going to say construction worker too. That's
Hey,
definitely
yo,
a stereotype.
Hey, yo,
"Hey,
ma!
how you doing, ma? How you doing, ma?"
Yeah, no,
Hey, look in here.
I'm 100% sure catcalling's still a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, same.
I'm sure
Yeah.
it's a thing
It
in
still
the
happens
West
in-
to some.
Yeah, it still happens in the West Coast, definitely. You just probably don't see it as often unless you're like in those certain areas.
No, I'm pretty sure the reason why we don't see a lot is because we're guys. That's why no one's catcalling us.
Right. But imagine
We're not
imagine
girls.
if you happen to be a opposite gender, or you know what, just getting catcalled. Yeah, it definitely is different. What would you guys do if you guys get catcalled? It being the opposite gender.
Bro,
Or sex.
that's a compliment. If I get
Yeah.
catcalled, that's a compliment, dog.
At first, I'd be like, "Oh, that's probably for somebody else. It's not me."
Alright, I've been complimented a few times in my life on my physical attractiveness, and I remember every single time. There's not a single time where I've been told I was good looking or cute or anything, and I forgot. There's never been a thing. So,
Wow.
girls, if you're
I've never gotten compliments like that. Damn,
if you
I'm
compliment a
low
guy
key.
and call him cute, handsome, good looking, whatever, he'll remember it for the rest of his life. Unless he gets it all the time, then fuck that guy. But
Like Paul, fuck Paul.
there you go. Yeah, fuck Paul and
For
Jeffrey.
a second, I just think like good
Hey,
looking
shut
is
up,
just like it's
What
legit
if-
just
what
something
you mean, Paul?
your
They
grandma
called you-
tells you.
Don't you remember what they called you? They said you're the handsome one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait.
but that's very like
A watermelon, or
very awkward situation in
I
of
don't know,
itself.
man.
So I don't think that counts.
wait, this is when it was watermelon, right?
Silence you.
Oh, okay. It's okay, Paul. I mean, just a little nice squeeze to your bicep, right?
No, stop that. I don't like that.
Jedediah says I'd go with cute. He's in agreement with Paul. Purple Ninja says I am a girl, and that beautiful is definitely something I don't hear a lot, and it's more impactful. But yeah, we're talking about pretty or cute, though. I think we all agree that beautiful is like one of the higher tiers.
Wait, I really do
Definitely.
appreciate your comment though,
Yeah.
because this is definitely a different perspective from because we're all guys. So
Yeah,
Purple
we're all
Ninja, I
men.
really
Yeah.
appreciate your
Just go
comment.
boonga boonga. But
Yeah.
good to know. I'll write
Um,
down my notes.
So go on. So we're talking about catcalling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if I were a girl and I got catcalled, I think I would be uncomfortable with it personally.
No, for sure. If it happens to you all the time, then it gets annoying after X amount of times. But if you're a guy and you never have gotten catcalled and you start getting catcalled by a bunch of pretty girls, you're like, fuck yeah, But if it's
I don't know if a girl were to call out to me and just like catcall to me, I think I'd be kind of weirded out by that personally, because it's not like just them walking up to you and just like having like a genuine conversation. Like, oh, I think you're kind of cute and all that. Now if it's like, yo, hey, show that ass, and I'm like, what the fuck? Who are you people? Then no, I wouldn't be cool with that, even if it's like one time.
I mean, obviously the conversation was better, but if the catcall things were to happen, I wouldn't mind it. After a while, obviously, I'd be like, okay, all right,
that's
settle
nice.
down.
Mhm.
But the first time it happens, for sure, I'll be thinking about that. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's what's up.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be in disagreement on this one.
Okay.
That's just because he's the handsome one. Just remember.
Yeah, he's already used to it. So he's like,
Jim and I are.
I've never been catcalled, but just like based on like context, it would depend how comfortable I am with it.
Yeah. All right,
That's right, Jim. We're bottom tier.
guys. if you for those,
As what Kenny says, we take the compliments that we get.
yeah. Hey,
So
you guys
we'll take
are
it.
not ugly, kind of all right.
for those that don't know, Jim and Dean has this thing where they're saying they're not good looking themselves, but I disagree with that. I feel
Hey,
like
silence
they
you.
are.
You're
What do you mean,
Jeffrey?
Jeffrey is on the same level as Paul.
I
so-
know. Like, shut up.
You got all the
Although-
compliments from the old ladies in Japan.
Yeah.
Hey.
I just have to say this. I've mentioned this to Dean before, but I think that even though I think pretty is a stronger compliment, if you call a guy good looking, like if you call your friend good looking, it's not gay. But if you call your friend cute, that's like hella gay. Like, boy, you kind of cute, dog.
Oh no.
Exactly. I would put like the same intensity right there as if you're like saying that to a girl.
Wait, let me try that. Hey, Paul, I think you're kind of cute. Okay, yeah, I feel gay already.
Say exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But
the
if you-
FBI, we got him.
But if you were to say like
I ship Paul and Paul.
If-
Paul and Jeff.
Paul, I could get behind that.
A
But if I were-
Paul.
If if I were to walk up to like one of you guys, like let's say like for Dean, for example, I'd like say like, "Hey, Dean, I think you're pretty."
Oh, thanks, Bob.
Exactly. Do you what
Well,
would
you
you
don't
feel?
call guys pretty. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. Let's say hey, Jim, I think you're good looking.
I'd be like, okay, that's what's up, man. But if you call it,
Exactly. So
that's because we're both. That's because we're both straight, though. You're not trying to hit on me. If you're trying to hit on me,
for me, the definition of the word or like the intensity behind the word is still the same, no matter which gender it is for me.
okay. Well, going back to the cute thing,
Like
when
it doesn't
when I
change
said,
based on the gender.
when you tell a girl cute, and you're like, hey, that it implies you want to hold them or protect them. That's how I picture when a guy calls me cute. It's like, if you called me cute, Paul, you're saying, yo, Jim, let me hold you real quick. Come embrace you. Right? I want to feel your touch, Jim. And I'll be like, oh, Paul, no, that's the game.
I feel as though you're extrapolating a lot from this one word. If I tell a girl or think a girl's cute, then it's literally like I just think she's cute. It's not that I want to hold her or protect her. Like I think she like.
That's what the word implies, though. Like it implies like a different level of reaction to physical.
That's probably what it implies for you, but for me, it's just like I just think they look good. That's it. Like if I want to say like I want to like hold her and protect her, then I'll just say like I want to hold her and protect her. I'm not gonna like use a different word.
I don't know. I feel like cute kind of wraps up, but I guess we'll just agree to disagree.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, we all have our own
All right. Now make
interpretations of different words.
So, Jeff, on
Yeah.
the day you confessed to Paul, what words would you use? Cute or pretty?
Wait, the day that I confessed, or the day that hypothetically I confessed?
When you do confess
first
to
one.
me,
This man says hypothetically. What a chump.
No, don't hate on Jeff. He's just still thinking it through whether or not he should do it or not. All right,
I'm sorry.
give him space.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think about like if I should go for you, Paul, or go for someone, because I know you or someone else is definitely a higher tier than Jim and Dean. Ooh.
damn,
Well,
I'm
I
a
mean,
higher
it's not a burn if we
tier. I'm
already
a higher
accept
tier than you too.
Okay, no, I
Joke's
just
on
said that.
you. We already
No, I
joked on
said that.
ourselves.
Yeah, that makes me a hypocrite of what I said recently. So I was just kidding. Take that back. Jim and Dean, I'm gonna say this very, very clear. You guys are handsome, okay? So just chill.
This is how I know Jeffrey's a liar.
You guys are
Called us
handsome.
handsome.
It's just that
I-
Paul's more handsome than you two.
Me and Dean make fun of ourselves so much that it becomes a barrier. So any compliment or insult you throw at us will be deflected. It gets deflected back at you.
I remember that meme picture you posted, Jim, that one day where you said like when you realized you're the ugly one in the group. With that guy staring in the mirror.
Oh, yeah.
Legit,
Yeah, that was
legit, I thought that person in the picture was you because they looked
Yeah, it
almost
looks like Jim
you.
too.
I know. I
Oh
was like,
damn! Well, why you gotta do me like that, man?
But you
Okay,
know what,
so-
Jeffrey,
Yeah.
I think you should. I just put this down on my note, and you should say what Purple Ninja said about saying that one word that doesn't get spread around more often. Should say that to Paul, huh? 200 IQ right there.
Ooh.
wait, which word is that? Because I don't have. I don't have
I
like a
think-
chat open.
You're
It
really
is-
beautiful, Paul.
Yeah, it is the word beautiful. Should use that to
Damn.
Paul.
Damn.
All right.
Yeah,
I think the word
yeah.
I would use for Paul. Listen up. I think the word I would use for Paul is, "Hey, Paul, I think you're a rock star." Ooh, no, you guys don't
Get your
know.
game on. Come play.
What? Are you like my school counselor? What the fuck?
Oh
Hey,
no!
My camp counselor?
Oh
No,
no!
I think I'm gonna have to go with what Jim and Dean said. Like straight up, like if you're telling a guy, "Hey, man, like you're good looking," I think I'd go with that. I wouldn't say the word cute. No, that's just, that's not me. I'm not gay.
But
I
it
mean,
really just depends on the person.
All right, social experiment. For those of you who are listening, tell your best guy friend that he's cute. If you're a guy,
Do it.
all right,
Yeah.
do it.
I see what their reaction is.
Hey
And
Kenny.
let us know.
Hey Kenny.
What's up?
I think you're pretty cute, man.
Oh, who are you? I forgot who this was. Can you guys reintroduce me to this fellow?
Yeah, some
Oh,
guy
no.
named
Feels bad.
You're a whale.
That's funny.
It's me. It's me, Kenny. It's Paul.
Oh, hey,
No,
Paul.
me-
How's it going?
Can you say
Yeah,
that
nice
to
again?
meet
Can
you.
you say that again?
Hey. I think you're pretty cute.
Ah, he said it twice. Harassment.
harassment. Well,
I forgot about that.
how do
Oh, no.
how do I send in this report of
Luckily, we have video evidence of this, so it's
Oh,
it's
no.
done so.
Could you imagine?
I can't believe that's an actual thing though.
I know.
Yeah,
like,
either.
yeah. Look it up because I'm pretty sure it's a law.
If it's a law, it's pretty silly law.
Yeah,
Because some people have to like sit around and be like, okay, what do we make a thing? Okay, you have to use different words for complimenting a girl, or else it's sexual harassment.
oh,
And then when it comes to like, hey, what if we get rid of daylight savings? They're like, nah, we chilling.
You're still on about that. You're still very upset.
I'm always gonna be on about that. All right, this is a thing that happens twice a year for no goddamn reason.
Let's say if you like run for president, just on the pure fact you're gonna get rid of daylight savings.
You know what? I might win that.
I know, right? So many people would vote in favor of you.
All right, as president, I will say that daylight savings is bullshit.
I like how your president voice is always Bernie Sanders.
Well, I wish, man. I wish.
I wish too. What could have been? But we're not going to talk about politics. We did that enough.
Yeah.
The past couple weeks.
Fuck politics.
Yeah.
And fuck Paul, handsome bitch.
I mean, I'll accept that.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I guess
yeah.
we're going with the next topic, or
I mean, we can.
Yeah.
What is the next topic?
Okay, so you know what? Let's talk about things you guys like about a girl. All right. So
Okay.
yeah, we could. I don't think we ever talked about that, right?
I think we did. It was like
I mean,
episode.
we kind
the
of talked
first
about like
one.
fetishes or kinks. That's
Yeah,
like
that's not-
kind of.
Yeah, that's like the most sexual stuff. Not
That's
yeah.
more. That is true. That's more sexualized. So I guess this is like a little bit more wholesome.
Yeah, this is more personal, I guess, because this is stuff that guys don't really tell like random people. Some guys, you know, when you go up to like the locker room, you're like, "Hey, you see that girl in the fucking machine? She was
She's
freaking hot."
kind of fine, you know.
Everyone's like, "Yeah." But when it comes to like, "Hey, dog, you see that girl in the machine working out?" Yeah. I'm pretty sure she has a really nice personality and she really cares about animals. You know, like we don't do that at all. So, yeah.
I mean, if you were to tell me that and you just met this person, I'm like, I think you're coming a little too strong. I think you're kind of full of shit.
But anyway, yeah. Anyone want to start us off?
Yeah, I could start.
Not
off.
me. Go ahead, Paul.
Damn.
I already said I was going to start off good. Yeah, spoon.
Not me. Go ahead, Paul.
All right, so this is going to be the more wholesome topic.
wow.
But I think what I want is like if there's like two qualities like come to mind would be what I would want to like search for in a girl would be like one that she's kind and two that she's intelligent. Those are the two that come from the top of my head that I would want. So it's just those are like more like just traits that I would look for.
Yeah, I feel you. Actually, I'll go second. So
Wow.
I actually agree
Okay,
with Paul.
okay, you can go second.
Back off, Dean. I'm just kidding. Yeah, but no, I'm gonna go with what Paul said. Like that's pretty much like the traits I look for. So yeah,
Just kind and intelligent.
yeah.
Okay. How about the rest of you guys?
Anyone want to go next?
Clearly not.
Okay. So, yeah, I would have to
Jim, you
agree.
can go third.
Yeah, I would agree with Paul. I think she has to be at least somewhat intelligent. I can't handle being around dumb people because, like, I do lose my patience really quickly around them. Like sometimes when people do say stupid shit, like, "Hey, vaccines are fake news," I'm like, you know, like if a girl told me that she believed that, I'd be really turned off, no matter how beautiful she was.
I thought we were trying to stay away from politics.
No, I mean, if you want to go,
You know,
Yeah.
Jim's
If she was-
I got you.
Yeah, if she was like, water is poison, let's not drink water, I'll be like, huh? And that raise some question marks right there. But if she's, if she's somewhat, at least somewhat intelligent, I could get down with that. And yeah, she has to be kind too. She can't, like, if she was a bitch, like, again, no matter how beautiful it was, I would not care as much. And I think you guys all agree with this, but she has to be like at least somewhat attractive. It's kind of shallow to be like, hey, I care about attractiveness, but there has to be some level of attractiveness where I have to be like, okay, I can enjoy seeing their face, right?
Yeah, no,
Like,
that's absolutely valid.
If her face looked like Fred the Killer or whatever the fuck, Jeff the Killer, I'd be like, I don't get how nice or how smart you are. I can't. All right, you give me a heart attack every time I see you.
now, let's say for example, like you were with this girl, she's like has all these traits, and that's just saying like the kind and intelligent. That's just my bare minimum that I look for.
Yeah.
There's obviously
We
there's
all
other
can agree
traits.
about it.
Yeah, that's bare minimum for me at least.
Yeah. So,
But going back to the question I was about to ask, like,
Mhm.
let's say like she has these traits, some more. I'll use your guys' term. She's pretty. She's good looking.
well, you gotta
She's
mock us,
cute.
bro. It hurts.
Yeah.
Use the word cute. It's
Dang,
fine.
bro.
But then she gets into like a terrible accident where her face becomes disfigured. Would you choose to stay with this girl or no?
Yeah. I don't see Rob
Bro,
using
that sounds like a dick move to not stay with a girl.
Yeah, it's
You're
like-
fucking,
yeah.
But
No,
it's a dick move, but you do know it happens.
yeah, I know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like you're
Yeah.
not just gonna be a fucking like, oh,
Yeah, like
she got into a car crash, her face is fucking ugly. Like you're not.
Or
that
she
fucking shallow.
or she gets like into like a
so like,
like,
when I
set-
talk
like-
about
multiple
about-
degree burns on her face.
like when I talk about the physical attractiveness part, it does like it's mostly just to ease me to want to get to know her. Like if you see a girl and she's not attractive, you're not gonna want to get to know her as much as a girl who is attractive, right? So if I fell in love with a girl, or at least I like the girl, and that happens, I'm most likely I'm gonna look past that unless like she suddenly becomes a bitch or something, then yeah, I would stay with her no matter how fucked up her face gets from the accident.
Okay,
Yeah, so.
I respect that.
It'd be a real dick move to be like, yeah, I loved you before, but now you look ugly, and you had a whole accent, so yeah, peace.
we have kids together and void.
later.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's good. That's a respectable answer.
You go to the nurse, like,
as,
hey,
as I said, like multiple people
Yeah.
have done have done that before in the past.
Yeah, Paul's the type
Yeah.
of guy that once their face gets ugly, it's like, all right, I'm out.
No.
That's why Paul
No.
asked you.
Oh no, her face looks like a toaster. Yeah, I'm good, mate.
I'm out.
Hey! It's good to be a toaster, right? That's why I can get them buns.
Nah.
You put buns in the toaster? What's wrong with you?
I mean, if it fits.
Ooh.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah. What do you guys think?
I can agree for what you guys have been saying so far.
Is there like any other traits that you would add on to that?
I would add on independent. Not
Mm.
sure we can
No, that's definitely like a big one as well.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
big one.
I think that's what I'm gonna add. I think if she's independent, she can do her own stuff and not rely
Like-
on me. And I will, try not to rely on her. But we still have that thing where,
Now, what do you want? Like 100% independence, or like
I'll
90%?
tell you what extent is like too much though. Like if she's like, hey, you stay home, watch the house. You can't have a job. I'm gonna go work and whatever. Would you be down for that?
well, I don't think that just clears. I think she's just controlling me at that point.
Yeah, I wouldn't go.
Yeah,
with that. I'd be like,
that's
no, I
a very
wanna-
extreme. That's a very extreme example, but
Yeah.
just
No, like,
you want
I-
to see how far you would go. But.
Yeah, definitely.
What-
I would want to work as well. Like, I want to have like my own space as well.
But when by independence you mean like, hey, she's okay with like not like doing stuff together all the time,
Yeah.
and you guys just keep to yourself. And then when it comes to like couple things, you guys do that together.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I thought it was. Yeah.
Not like controlling.
Yeah, no, I because like if it's like no, you have to stay home, or you like I'll go out and work. I think as though that's in a messed up way that is still dependent because she
Yes.
needs you like to stay home. So I wouldn't say that's like the opposite of independent. I just think that's just like dependency in a different sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Could you know what? If she's making like $1 million, I'll be the house husband.
I wouldn't mind being house husband either if that was the case.
Hey, hone your cooking skills too.
I know. I already got my cooking skills, at basic level. Might as well hone it.
I'd say it's your cooking skills a little bit above, a bit more than just basic.
Thanks.
So yeah, what about you, Kenny? What do you want to see in a girl or want to have in a girl?
Everything's basically much covered. I'd add in having common sense and whatnot, but that goes towards having intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, because that I guess someone who's not so materialistic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I could
something
agree
right
with
there.
that. From a guy's perspective, I could see that. Like to an extent, okay, but if it's overboard, like it's really bad.
Mhm.
I mean, everyone's materialistic to an extent. Obviously,
Yeah.
like there's some things that we want for fun that cost a lot of money or whatever. Like like for me and Dean, we like talking about PC parts and all that stuff. But like if that's like the kind of like their personality in the relationship, they're like, hey, I really want this new purse, like, or hey, let's go out to, bourgeois village or something to have
Bourgeois
a really
Wait,
fancy
bourgeois,
deal.
wait, did you say a bourgeois village?
Bourgeois.
Yes,
Bourgeois.
I feel that's a contradiction right there.
it doesn't
village?
matter.
A village? I don't know. I don't think
villages
you know what
can
that.
be
I don't think you know what that word means.
Paul, don't get stuck in the semantics, Paul. All right, they're just words. All right, relax.
I'm just saying. That's not what it means.
Paul's having his re moment.
But yeah,
Anyways, what were you saying?
materialistic.
Materialistic, yeah.
Yeah.
Someone who, because what is it? I remember my cousin's girlfriend always wanted. She never wanted to eat at home. She always wanted to go out and eat. And then like whenever they go in an argument, I guess she's like, "Oh, make me happy, buy me this, buy me that." And then I'm like,
Yikes.
I was like, this. I was like, because we're family, I care about you. I'm like, you gotta cut her loose. She's a cancer to you, man. All she wants to do
Oh
is
yeah,
spend money.
yeah. It's like, she should pay for her own shit, and even if she doesn't have the money, like let's say she like does school full time, she doesn't have time to work, then even then you don't just make your boyfriend or husband fucking buy you shit just because you say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But definitely not something that most people would be a fan of. I reckon.
Yeah.
But part of me was kind of hoping that like when I mentioned kind, I kind of like hoped it would cover that part. But that's probably also just like stretching a definition a little bit.
Yeah.
So I reckon if someone's like kind, like they wouldn't be like, "Hey, keep buying me stuff," or keep like that's what I assumed. But I guess it's like it may or may not cover that base either.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to materialistic, they gotta be like humble. They gotta appreciate what they have, and if they can't have more, then just they can accept it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think on the materialistic spectrum, I like to think I'm not that materialistic because like in my room, a lot of the figurines and the posters I have in my room, practically like 0%. I got that. I bought for myself. They were like just gifts from other people. If I were to like live in my own like ideal house or place that I own, then I think there's a likely chance I'll probably have like maybe like 1 or 2 pictures on the wall just because like it looks kind of empty. I should probably put something up, but not think I'm like me going to conventions like, oh shit, I need that poster. I'm just like, I just need something to like make the wall look less empty. That's it.
I mean, having having materialistic stuff is always nice. Like, hey, having a pool would be nice, but it's not something I like. It's not something I need, But
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it comes with a house, you'll take it.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with. I mean, I'm not saying you disagree with this, but there's nothing wrong with wanting just things just to have them or nice
No,
things.
definitely not. It's just like more just like as with all things in life, there should be like a balance between like wanting a lot of stuff and just being appreciative of what the things you have, or just like the small things in life.
The gray Jedi speaks. Just kidding.
It's not big, you massive nerd. The great Jedi speak. It's just just basic balance and all that.
Yeah,
I think it more like along signs like Buddhism or like Confucianism or something like that.
Yeah, definitely for Buddhism.
Yeah, isn't that basically the definition of a nirvana, where you don't want like basic materialistic things and you just want to achieve like inner peace or whatever? Right?
I think because I forgot what the rule. I forgot what the term was called. Like it's not rules. It's like steps or paths or something. But I think there's like eight of them, and I can't remember for the life of me what they were called.
Wait, is this in Buddhism?
For Buddhism, yeah. If like in order to attain enlightenment, you need to understand what causes suffering or despair.
Yep.
And I think that's one of the first ones. And then in order to get rid of that, you need to like try to get rid or not worry about like worldly possessions or something along those lines.
Yeah, along the line there's somewhere. Yeah, you're right. As they said, I'm not trying to go into religion too much, but they said that you always want, and when you want something and you get it, you would want something more. So,
yeah, pretty much what it was. Just like desire is the path towards unhappiness. So yeah, I probably really butchered that up because it's been like years since I took that class.
It's alright.
That was like back in university, like probably like 3 years ago. So it's been a hot minute.
All right. Well, now that we talked about what we want to see in a girl, what things turned you guys off from a girl?
That's a different one. Because we already talked about like what's our turn-ons or what our fetishes are.
Yeah. But by turn-offs, I don't mean like just sexually. I mean like red flags that pop up.
Okay.
All right, Paul, you can go first.
All right.
It can't be sexual, but it doesn't have to be.
It could be physical. It could be like the emotional or whatever, what have you. When it comes to like physical stuff, I think for the longest time, ever since I was younger, I think just like seeing girls with like painted nails was kind of a turn off for me.
Oh.
I always
like, you mean like nail polish or what?
Nail polish, yeah. It's like hands or toes or whatever. I always thought like that looks kind of weird. Like I didn't like it. I think now as I got older, I don't like it, but I just like I become more like it's whatever, you do you.
Yeah, it's neutral.
Yeah,
it's a neutral.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree.
neutral. But like,
although I must say for lipstick particularly, I think most girls look better without it.
Yeah, I like what you said. I feel the same way.
I mean, there's with lipsticks, it's like I'm also just as 50-50 on it.
Yeah, it's
So, like
if they
Like, I don't care if they do it, but I think
To a degree,
personally, I don't think they look better when wearing Mystic. I think they look a little bit worse, but that's just like my preference. That's it.
I think there's just like some people that make it work and some that don't.
I agree.
no, I'm gonna take a step back. I'm gonna go with Paul. It's like 50-50. Depends on how they make it work.
I mean, what was your previous stance? Because all I heard was the 50-50 part.
Oh no, like I agreed with Jim. How like Jim doesn't like lipstick because he prefers like without the lipstick. It's like more natural and it's more appealing to him. To me, like I think it's like 60% of that, but then the 40% of lipstick could work too if they do it right. Or like that doesn't sound right, but like you know what I mean. Like if they make it like, let's say if they're like at a prom or something, okay, and it matches their dress, okay, I think I'm cool with that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, sorry. continue. So you said you're okay with you're 50-50 on
lipstick
nail
polish.
polish
Lipsticks,
and
nail
or nail
polish,
polish.
yeah. Like
Like cosmetic stuff.
it used to be like a big turnoff for me, but I've come to like be like that's whatever about it
Yeah,
over time.
It's neutral for me too.
Yeah, it's neutral. When it comes to like just like not physical traits, like emotional traits or characteristics. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
Hmm.
What turns me off is definitely a high level of dependence. It's like it's like the person feels like I need you in my life, otherwise I can't function. And I'm like, no. I need you to be like to handle yourself on your own. That's
Yikes.
yeah, that's a big yikes for me. And that's
Yeah,
just, like,
this is definitely a mixed
not
one.
enough.
Because I agree with you though, but there's some guys out there well, not just some. There's a good amount of guys
Mhm.
that actually like the opposite, where they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I want them to depend on me because I want to be the big, strong man for them or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
And would that be considered as clingy, such that? Yeah, I guess that would probably be another way to describe that. Yeah.
Yeah.
what was the phrase?
He says clingy. Would that be considered clingy?
Clingy? Yes,
Yeah.
yes, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I think part of the reason why like some guys like that or maybe okay with that, I think partially may also stem from their own low self-esteem. But that's just what my thoughts are. Like, if they have low self-esteem, then they're like, oh, I want people to make me feel like I'm useful or dependent on. But if you're like comfortable with yourself, I'm like, I'm good with how I am. Like I'm happy, or I'm confident in myself. Then I don't think you need that affirmation.
Yeah, there's this couple back in high school where both of them were clingy, and then it was something to see, and then they eventually broke up. But I just wonder how their day-to-day relationship was because they're both clingy,
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
intense.
Yeah, that's pretty much. That's like one of them. There's probably like more other traits. I mean, it's also like lack of intelligence, or they're just being very, very hateful as a person, or they're very close-minded.
Yeah.
Like they're not willing to like open up to like different ideas. They're just like, nope, this is how it is, and I'm not changing my position. Then that's just stubborn people that I don't like. That's massive turns off for me when it comes to like characteristics.
I agree with you, Paul.
Hmm.
How about you? How about the rest of you lads?
I'm
Anyone
just gonna
wanna-
say Paul took my answers, both of them.
My apologies. I'm just reading stuff off at the top of my head.
Yeah. Those are
Off
probably
top of
the,
your head or on top of your screen? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, I
Nah.
would say the same too. Like with what Paul said about if they're like stubborn and narrow-minded, closed-minded. Yeah, that's definitely a turn-off for me because I feel like it's gonna lead to some issues.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That definitely will lead to issues because people don't agree with each other 100% of the time. There's going to be butting of heads at some point,
Yeah.
and they're not willing to like open up to different ideas. Then it's pointless trying to argue.
Indeed.
Mm.
Like there's a certain person I know
Mhm.
that like causes arguments with everyone because she's so hard-headed, super stubborn, and then it's like
Prima donna girl.
Yeah.
probably prima donna, but she just thinks she's in the right all the time.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I
Yes.
hate that. I'm getting PTSD. Anyways.
Ooh.
yikes.
No, it's not. It's
Yeah,
not with my. It's not with my. It's not with my relationship. So don't worry about that. It was just some back in the day stuff.
You want to elaborate or?
Oh no, prefer not. But no,
Alright,
if
gotcha.
you're thinking about like,
Oh, is it what I think it is?
I think yes.
Oh, okay,
You
gotcha.
can tell us
Yeah,
after if you feel more comfortable.
Yeah, I can tell you guys.
Yeah, after the podcast.
All right.
17
Yeah,
letters, guys.
swing
You guys
on
gotta think
by
17 letters.
we can talk about it.
That person
No,
has
actually, I'll be
17 letters.
50-50.
All right,
Remember.
Jeffrey, your turn.
Yeah,
Oh no, I already said it. Yeah, I
You can go
said that.
second.
What?
you can go second.
You can go second.
Oh, they said suck or something. I was like,
Yeah, you can
oh.
suck on something too.
Yeah, 'cause I heard he said second. I heard it
I'll
as
provide the thing.
second.
You can multitask.
Oh god. Wait, so I pretty much answered. That was my turn. Did anyone not go? Sorry if I took too much time.
Jim, did you have one?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
but
I did
I was
hear
just waiting for anyone else to go.
I feel like majority of us are in a consensus with what Paul said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
I think another thing is what turns me off is when let me think about it a bit. Something I'm try to find something that Paul didn't cover.
Yeah.
That's because I also just came up with like 2 more stuff that also turns me off too. So I'll go after you.
Okay, when it comes to like things that people do, like for example, if people like smoking or whatever, I'm cool with it. But when it comes to like girls who do things without giving a shit, or it's not just girls, but people too. You just do things in front of others without thinking about how other people feel about it. Like if you're fucking smoking a cigarette, you take it outside. You know, some people just fucking smoke in front of you, and then someone's like, hey,
Blow that in front of you too.
Yeah. Or sometimes they even fucking blow that shit in your face, even if it's not just tobacco smoke, or it's like a vape. It's like, bro, come on, man. Like, I didn't ask for that, But what I'm saying is just people who are not considerate. That turns me off.
Yeah. Does smoking like turn you guys off?
I don't mind if they do it, but I would prefer if they didn't smoke. Yeah. Not that I would be like, hey, you shouldn't stop smoking, but I just don't like smoke as much.
What? You don't like the smell of smoke? Just
No.
kidding.
Whether it's cigarette smoke, weed smoke, or vaping smoke, I don't mind because it's made to smell good. But I'm like, hey, don't do that around me.
Vaping?
Just like give people their space, basically.
Ooh,
Yeah, pretty
vaping.
much. Like, if when you're walking and then you have a friend that smokes,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's a space where he can just blow it outwards, right? But he blows it towards you. That's kind of like a dick move, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I smell cigarette smoke, it reminds me of whenever my family and I would visit Las Vegas when I was a kid. Because that's where I would like smell it all the time.
I miss that smell actually.
Wow.
Of cigarettes?
It
Wow.
it reminds me of casinos. It's just the
I miss the
of, like,
smell of the
cigarettes.
Every
casinos.
time
I
I
don't know
smell
why.
cigarettes, it smells like the club.
Mm.
This is off topic a little bit, but we should all go to Vegas together.
One
Not
day.
No.
at this moment.
During the
Definitely-
pandemic,
Yeah.
probably.
Definitely not, but I mean when everything opens,
Yeah.
we're able
Yeah,
to
yeah,
travel
yeah.
without
Yeah,
fear
Kenny-
of getting the deadly
That's a
virus.
great idea, Kenny.
Oh,
And,
I have one more actually.
okay,
yeah.
go ahead, Jim.
So another thing I find really annoying is when girls don't know how to fucking communicate with you. It's like, okay, so you guys have a problem or a fight, right? Instead
Yes.
of like being like, hey, I don't like this about you, or I don't like it when you do this, they just keep it to themselves, and you're like, hey, you mad at me, or is there a problem? They're like,
Figure out yourself.
Yeah.
no, there's no problem. There's nothing wrong with it, but if there's something wrong, it's like, come on. Like, it's something that a lot of girls, I'm not saying all, obviously, but I see this happen way too often for me to just say, like, only some, So it's like,
Mhm.
a lot of girls have this problem when just talk to the guy directly and then just ask them whatever problem you have. And then most of the time, they will answer you, honestly.
Mm. That's like partially one as well that I don't like, but that's just not regulated to just like relationships. I think that's just for me. It's people in general. People who suck at having a conversation,
Mm-hmm.
like they're this bad at communicating, or they're just like it's hard to hold up.
When it comes to conversation, I can forgive it though. But when it comes to like problem solving, like when you're with your girl, she needs to, if she has a problem with you, she needs to say it straight out. I've seen this happen too many times, and I've been a part of too many of these fights where I'm just like, hey man, hey, tell her like, hey, you gotta tell me directly, and then you just need to trust me and all that stuff. Just
It's like watching like a movie or a show, and you're like, man, all these problems could have been avoided had you guys just like talk to each other for like a couple minutes.
Yeah. Like,
Exactly.
well, I'm not gonna say his name, but one of my friends, he and his girlfriend broke up, No, this is not one of ours, like as a group.
Okay.
But he and his girlfriend broke up, and you know, it just happened out of nowhere, and he kind of figured like when he came back to the area to see her, and then she was just like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I don't feel anything for you." Like, bitch, you should let him know that before, you know, when you were having those thoughts, like, "Hey, I don't feel things for you anymore." That way, he can wrap it up, move on, whatever. But,
For reals, that happened to one of my buddies too. They were together for like 4 years, and then he asked her like, "Oh, when did you stop like feeling the same way?" She's like, "Oh, after 4 months." And then
What
I was
the
like,
fuck?
I was like, "What the fuck? You gonna
Yeah.
lead him on like that for the
3
whatever
years?
Yeah, I was like, "What the hell?"
3.5 years?
I was like, that wasn't even my relationship. I think I got pretty heated about that. I was like, "What the fuck?"
That is
Yeah.
messed.
that's fucked up, dude. I was still pissed for him. I'm like, dude, like, why do you gotta waste his time like that?
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's just like bad at communications. Definitely
Mhm.
a turn off. And as you said, like being bad at conversations is bad, but it's forgivable.
Yeah, it is forgivable.
That's why I'm
Mhm.
like it's like 50-50 for me on that one. But was that like everything on your list of like turn offs, Jim?
I'm sure there's more, but not off the top of my head.
Yeah, two
Yeah.
more that like came back to me that I realized while you guys were listing off your things was one. This may have been already kind of covered. Definitely narcissism, where we covered this a little bit when you're like being closed-minded or like just not listening to other people's opinions.
Mm-hmm.
So, but also just like the whole narcissistic streak where like everything they're like always in the right and they're never in the wrong. So that's partially one that we kind of covered. But also another one, definitely a big one, if they don't have a sense of humor, or the sense of humor is like so different between like you and your partner.
I think for me it's gonna be different.
Mm.
I'm just gonna have to like ease it in to where okay. It's like her sense of humor is milk, and mine's like black coffee, and you just kind of just gonna ease it until she can
Mhm.
understand my humor.
Or
yeah.
Actually, I may have phrased that wrong. Or this may be messed up depending how you look at it, like or like they can't take a joke.
Yeah. I think that's what you were trying to refer to.
Yeah, that's what I was probably thinking of.
Just
'Cause,
Yeah.
it's just a prank.
Yeah, because like there's definitely lines when it comes to like making jokes or people's sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
But if like everything you do like you can't say that, that's offensive. Then I'm like
Yeah, like speech policing, basically.
yeah, authoritarianism and all that.
Yeah. There's another thing. I agree.
Because a sense of humor is what's the word? I can't remember. It's just based on like people's different how different people perceive humor, or it's just like subjective. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So it's humor is always subjective, but then there's like some lines you definitely shouldn't cross, but the way how humor works is like it's always pushing those boundaries.
Yep.
But if those if those two lines of boundaries are way different between you and your partner, then it's definitely not compatible, and that's definitely like a turn off for me. If it's like the girl's or my partner's sense of humor would be like way different from mine.
Yeah, like in this group, there's a lot of people here in this group who like to make jokes. And then if you like never find anything I say interesting or funny, then it's like, come on, like that's like a lot of my personality right there. Like,
Dang.
come on.
Cold heart.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Yeah, it's like you make like a you're like, hey, why did the chicken cross the road? And they're like, why? And you're like, to get to the other side. They're like, I don't get it.
That's not funny, Jim.
It's not funny.
I mean,
It's like,
to
you're
be
like,
fair, that's kind of
okay.
a lame setup.
I would have said another
We
joke,
can't
but
really
we
say
can't say it on
the
air.
joke.
We can't say it on
Yeah,
air.
yeah.
All right.
I'm just giving you shit.
Screw you, Paul.
Okay, how about this? You tell her a joke like, "Hey, so how many police officers does it take to change a light bulb?" And they're like, "I don't know." You're like, "None. They just beat up the room for being black." And then she's just like, "Hmm." And you're just like, respond. And she's like, oh, I see. And she doesn't like smile or laugh or nothing. You're like, oh, I guess. All right, cool.
That's a gut punch right there.
Yeah. It blows. All right, like not everything I say is funny, but then the things I know for sure are funny. You gotta react or something. You know,
like,
can't just
like what do you call a boomerang that doesn't come back? Anyone want to say?
A stick.
A stick.
Yeah, no, I got you. I had a similar feeling like a couple of weeks ago when we were playing Among Us with like a couple of new friends. I've definitely had that feeling. We're like, oh, no response. Yeah. Well, all right, cool. I guess I'll just go fuck myself.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not sure if this is gonna be, but if she says she doesn't cook, I think that'd be a turn off for me.
That's not a turn off for me because I'd be like, all right, let's learn together then. That's what's up. You know?
Yeah, I'd be
with that. I can't criticize because I suck at cooking, so I'm like,
yeah.
You can't cook? How dare you? I'm like I can't cook either, so I think I would just take it as like an opportunity, like, oh shit, let's take cooking classes together.
Yeah,
exactly.
Mine's solvable, but if she says like no, cooking is like stupid or some shit, like she doesn't cook because she has some stupid reasons, then you know
that comes with the whole like open-minded thing. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, agree.
Yeah, I definitely dropped that.
I think I'll let a little bit of room too. Like I don't mind being the only cook. Like if she can help out with like just tiny stuff, that's totally fine. But if she could help out, or he,
you got him.
He's not
FBI.
Wait, you can't call the FBI on that. That's not illegal.
No, I'm just trying to tell him we got him. We got him. He said it. He confessed.
Well, I don't know. I felt kind of. I mean, I'm from a guy's perspective. You're right. I should just be saying she. Then again,
you should, but it's okay if you're bi.
Hey, you know, we can't tell you what you
yeah.
So I would say she.
Yeah, the truth comes out.
So at least she has to like help with the dishes in the end. Like I can do all of the cooking work. I don't mind because I love cooking, but then I need help to clean the stuff in the end. So yeah, that's just me.
She'll help me clean a lot more than just the dishes, Jeffrey. Wink, wink.
Yeah, stove.
Hey, Bobby, you cleaned the stove right there. You have to bend over a little bit, though.
It's funny.
All right, so
I think the pipes are clogged again, Bobby.
That too. I wanted to make that joke too. Anyways,
you open this pickle jar, Bobby? Oh, yeah, you caught my pickle, bro.
And like a bag of popcorn, you like cut a hole in the bottom of it. Hand it, put on your lap, and you're like, "Hey, have some popcorn."
you buy a pizza, you cut a hole in the pizza.
It's a sausage. Did someone order a sausage?
Did someone order some sausage pizza?
Oh god.
Oh no.
His name's Rod.
Oh god.
All right. Before we throw ourselves off a cliff any further, I think that's a good spot to end it. It's been like about an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, we have like
Yeah. But Jeffrey said he asked us like we only do like an hour today, so we already went above that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I hope you guys aren't mad about that.
Don't worry about it.
I'll always be mad.
Yeah,
that's right.
Oh,
We'll secretly be angry at you once you leave.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm joking, Jeffrey. We're not
I know.
I'm not.
If you guys enjoyed today's episode, you can check out our YouTube. Link is in the description below. We have episodes 1 through 17 already uploaded on YouTube, and episode 18 this episode coming in soon. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to check out our live streams, we're stream every Wednesday evening at 6:30 PT. And as always, thank you guys for commenting on the Twitch chat. It always makes our experience more fun, reading you guys' reactions to what we say. Also on YouTube, no one's commenting on YouTube, but you can be the very first to comment on our videos. All right.
Don't say it. Sounds sad.
Okay. Well, we've had comments. We have had comments, but it's been like 2 months. It's been a while.
No, don't say that. No.
But yeah, leave a comment, leave a like, and
subscribe.
Yep, subscribe if you haven't. And here we're gonna celebrate Jeffrey's coming out of the closet as we end the episode.
Hey,
FBI, cake.
Woo!
All right. As always, I hope you guys had a good time, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you guys have a great
Thanks
week.
for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.
Drop 50 likes and Paul will tell us a fantastic story.
Also,
No.
Jeffrey's gay.